one of the reasons why your love is so specific is because of a fear of abandonment that started somewhere. This goes for many of us. So because of that fear of abandonment, we tend to project a lot of our universal love. Our open heart kind of becomes like a flashlight or a laser beam. It becomes very like you are the one I love, or this animal is the one I have a bond with. And there's nothing wrong with that. But try to soften that with more spaciousness, with more radiance instead of specificness. Just radiate in all directions. Realize the love when you walk in nature for everything that you see, every blade of grass, every leaf on the tree, every root system, every cat in your environment. And begin to really experience or extract or get to know or discern between the universal aspect of the love that is so strong in you versus the specific projection of that love into a form which might be more motivated by the early child personality construct that's still with us today. Yes. And it's that fear, it's that hope, it's that fear of abandonment, not being good enough, whatever it is, you know, all these kinds of things, which are valid. But if we understand that when our universal love becomes very specific, typically that's personally motivated from somewhere in our history. And then the departure of that, or the loss of that, seeming loss of that, because again, there is no death, can teach us, can reveal to us where previously that distortion was hiding because they still existed, and we could just kind of blame it on them, or we could project it into them, or we could cover it up with a date night, or we could cover it up with having a great experience, or just embracing each other, or whatever, or taking your dog for a walk. But now that it's not there, what's revealing itself is that the portion of your love that was made specific, now it's just kind of left hanging because the object that it was projected into seems to not be there, at least on a physical sensory level. So you get to really take that portion back, look at it, and see, oh, this is not actually pure love. This was my own personal hope, which I do need to love. I do need to embrace it with pure love. But it was a distortion of love. It was a hope for love. It was an attachment for certainty or security or belonging or being loved or being seen or being important or so forth. And then the more we soften that through those grief experiences, through accepting the bittersweetness of life and not getting too specific too often when we're in a grieving state, remember to expand, go for a walk in nature, start appreciating the things around you again so that that life force can come back. Right? And it's okay if you go kind of back and forth, specific, expansive. And that is what's actually adding to the expansion of your soul. And I know it's a rough ride, but it doesn't last forever. It is short moments, short periods, and they give you so much. Like after this whole period has softened completely, also in the long run, your heart's going to be so much more open and universal in its love. And you're going to be much closer to the Creator in your own direct experience.